if the headlights comes out now, the next season, The Apprentice come up, people know what they sign up for. When you did it, you had no idea what you were signing up for. So, what was it that made you kind of do this and get into this?
It is mad thinking about it now. It's like what? It's 15 years ago. It's unbelievable. Back then, the internet wasn't as big as it was, let alone Facebook, social media, all this stuff. None of this existed. So, although the program was a relative success already, founded by a great British genius called Mark, um, it hadn't made its way in the UK. He'd done loads of shows in America, like Survivor and everything, and The Apprentice was off there. And there's a little man known, you might know him. He might have taken over the American one. He's gone now. But anyway, so the point was we didn't know a lot about it. So I applied for the show purely selfishly because there was a six-figure salary associated with it. So I just saw it like, hold on a second, I can go from, and don't get me wrong, I was doing all right at London Underground. I was earning decent money compared to really important jobs in the world like nurses, care assistants, teachers. I was earning a lot of money, right? So I was doing all right. But I saw this six figures and I thought I can go from here to there. Sod it, I'm off, mate. So I put in the application and went around and did it. I did offer it to other people first, but then the day before the application form closed, I thought, sod it, I'll do it because no one was interested. And it was transformational, don't get me wrong. Not the show specifically, because the fame that was associated with going on reality TV shows wasn't there when I took part. That wasn't part of it. Don't get me wrong, we went to nice parties and whatever not, but it was easy to forget the first show because, like you say, it was a test case. It was on BBC Two. Lots of people have arthritis on their remote controls because it doesn't go over to BBC Two. It just skips over the middle for some reason, right? And now it's on BBC One and does lots of different things. But the where I got the most amount of learning was actually when I worked one to one with now Lord Sugar in his office in Brentwood. Because forget everything you hear about him, the man is a genius. And I don't have to say, I don't have to be sycophantic. We still text each other and whatever not. But he's gone off to do loads of other stuff, and I've gone off to do loads of other stuff as well. But he is a genius. The way that he was able to analyze things, I've never ever seen anybody be able to do similar things. There's only one person I've been able to see who I've worked with at that level, who had that analytical ability. Two people actually. One, you've got Rosaline Blair, who I've worked with for a long period of time. Genius, amazing woman, built a company from ground up to $1 billion, right? And several others in between. And a guy called Lee Hodgkinson, who runs a business called OSTC about different stuff. His ability to see and match things up, genius. But working for Sugar, he could spot what was wrong before you even knew what was wrong. And that risk averse nature to stuff actually meant that when he made a bet, it was usually successful because he'd seen the problems beforehand and therefore could go out and do the stuff. And he really influenced me in terms of the way that I deal with business now and how I deal with people. Because although he was wrongly, in my opinion, but you can understand why television did it, portrayed as the belligerent boy done good from the East End, but can't really do much outside of Del Boy kind of tactics. That done a huge disservice to a man who had built a company from the ground up that at one time was bigger than Microsoft, that had employed people for years and years and years, and people still work for him. So if it was that bad, they wouldn't work for him. So I've got a huge amount of respect for him. The show was fun, don't get me wrong, but I'd advise anybody never do a reality TV show again. But working for somebody who has huge amount of experience and can teach you what they know, that I would advocate. So mentoring, I'm a huge advocate of mentoring. Find a mentor, a coach, somebody who knows more than you, who's going to invest into you truly and honestly, and then that will be the way you grow. Don't worry about television shows and being famous. Go and find somebody who's already famous and learn from them.